Hello, my name is Margaret Tiveron, and I am a prayer guide with Unity of Vancouver Island. And I welcome you to this space of meditation, whether you're joining me live on Sunday morning or at some other time. I say welcome and thank you for joining. I am in a place where there's a hummingbird feeder right above my head, so you may hear some buzzing through this, and if you do, it's the hummingbird. Oh, here he comes right now. Cool. So I'm going to invite you to join me today in a meditation where we progressively relax our body, do a scan of the body and feel the body relaxing and the mind relaxing and releasing its thoughts, and then getting to a place where we can just sit in the silence. We can be still in mind, body, and spirit, and connect with the divine. So let's begin. If it feels comfortable to you, please close your eyes. And if not, just avert your gaze, and have it look somewhere on the floor or somewhere ahead of you, down below. Now I invite you to breathe deeply. Breathe in. Full chest of air, and then breathe out. And as we breathe out, we feel our thoughts, our mind, the busyness releasing, and we feel our body relaxing as well. Breathing in and out, letting go, letting go, letting go. Again, breathing in and releasing, letting go, letting go, letting go. One final time, breathing in and letting go, letting go, letting go. And now I'm going to invite you to join me on a scan of the body, beginning at the top of your head. Feel the muscles in your head, the crown, the forehead, cheeks. Relax all of those areas. The mouth, all of the muscles and bones in the jaw. Let them relax as the tongue in the mouth relaxes. It can help to bring a bit of a smile to your face. It helps to tell the body to relax. And now the neck, the throat. Feel that area relaxing. And then moving to the shoulders. A lot of people hold tension there. I invite you to notice the tension in the shoulders, and then to consciously let it go. Imagine that the tension is ice, and imagine that it is turning into water and disappearing. See that tension just melting away. And now move to the arms and feel ripples of relaxation and peace going from the shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands, fingers. Just feel the calm and the relaxation moving down the arms as if they were waves in the ocean. Take some time to focus on the hands and feel all of the vibrating and the energy that is in the hands. See if you can feel that. Feel what is going on inside the hands. And then I invite you to turn your attention to your chest and your abdomen. With each breath, feel yourself releasing that tension in that area. With each breath, feel your belly softening and opening to receive the breath. And then moving down to the hips, feel them sitting on a surface or lying on a surface. Feel the contact that you have with that surface. And feel some relaxation, perhaps letting the legs fall a bit more apart as the muscles relax. And then down into the lower legs and the feet. Feel the energy in the feet. Feel the vibrating. Feel the connection with the floor, with the ground. And after focusing on each individual part of the body and allowing it to relax, view the body as a whole, as a relaxed and relaxing organism. Are there any areas of your body where you've allowed the tension to creep in again? Maybe the shoulders, the face. And now I invite you to sit in this place of peace, in this place of sacredness, where you are connected with your own sacred self, and by extension with the sacredness of everything, everywhere. Let's take a few moments to bathe in this beautiful place. And now, as we begin to bring our time of meditation to a close, begin to feel your body, your hands, your feet. Hopefully the relaxation is still there in your body, but allow your mind to come back to the present moment, the present place. I thank you for joining me in this meditation today. And I'd like to conclude with a Hindu greeting, which means the divine in me greets the divine in you. Namaste.
He's right there. You wanted Ken. Now you'll get him. Yeah, he came.
Morning. Morning, everybody.
Keeps everything nice and tight. She said she liked your scarf.
Oh.
I said it keeps everything nice and tight.
Oh.
All right, guys.
Ready?
It's all you.
We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just a minute, we'll get some volume here. Good morning.
Is it on?
It is on. It's got a green light. Good morning, good morning. There we go.
There you go.
Oi netil. Good morning. Oi kunus ilum nama. It's really good to see you. I want to acknowledge this morning that we are on the traditional and unceded territory of the Nanaimo Mustihuq here in Nanaimo and all across Vancouver Island and indeed Turtle Island. We are on the land that has been looked after for centuries, by millennia, for the first peoples of this nation, of these lands. And so please take a moment to acknowledge that in your territory. And welcome to Unity of Nanaimo, Unity of Vancouver Island, Unity period, well, all across Vancouver Island and across Canada and across the world. Thank you for joining us this morning. You're most welcome. Unity offers a positive path to spiritual living. It's a place where we can think for ourselves, where we can exchange ideas and grow spiritually and bring the spiritual into our everyday life. So thank you for being here. And now Ken will lead us in some songs.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision, and no one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. Now I love you the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. If I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you too. Behind your fears, your rage and tears, I see your shining star. And I love you just the way you are. I love the world the way it is, 'cause I can clearly see that all the things I judge are done by people just like me. So till the birth of peace on earth that only love can bring, I'll help it grow by loving everything. I love myself the way I am, but still I want to grow. But change itself can only come when deep inside I know beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. Yes, I love myself just the way I am.
Would you join me now in a few moments of prayer? And I invite you to bring into our consciousness all the people in the world who are experiencing circumstances that are difficult. Let us just go inside that place within us where we know that there is one power and one presence, one life in which we all share. And that life is present in and as each and every one of us. And that life connects every one of us. And so we bring into our consciousness every brother, every sister, two-legged, four-legged, winged, swimming. All of life, all the growing things. And we know that all of these are a manifestation of the one life. And that one life is all beauty, all good, all power, all wisdom. And it is available to each and every one of us here and now. And so we turn to that wisdom to guide our words, to guide our thoughts, to guide our actions, knowing that this is creation. And we create only that which is good. From this moment forward, we create only that which is good. And we intend that this entire planet responds to our thoughts, our words, our deeds of good. That each drop of good that we drop into the ocean of life goes out and makes a difference. And so we send only love. We teach only love. And we attract only love into our experience. And so let it be, and so it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen.
At this time of year, usually at our Christmas service, I read Maya Angelou's wonderful Christmas poem. And because Thomas is speaking on the second week of Advent, and that is peace this week, I thought I'd like to read it to you today instead.
Oh, I thought you were going to blame me for something.
No, not at all. Credit you with everything. And I think this year more than ever we can relate to this because we're all experiencing things in our world that are addressed in this poem. So, Amazing Peace, a Christmas poem by Dr. Maya Angelou. Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes, and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await us in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow falls upon snow to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low and gray and threatening. We question ourselves. What have we done to affront nature? We worry God. Are you there? Are you really there? Does the covenant you made with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters, streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor, come the way of friendship. It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Floodwaters recede into memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches breeding in dark corners. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now. It is louder, louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for, not just the absence of war, but true peace, a harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and their beloveds. We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We, Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslim, say, come, peace. Come and fill us and our world with your majesty. We, the Jew, the Jainist, the Catholic, and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us, so that we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. It is Christmas time, a halting of hate time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves to ourselves and to each other. At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ into the great religions of the world. We jubilate the precious advent of trust. We shout with glorious tongues at the coming of hope. All the earth's tribes loosen their voices to celebrate the promise of peace. We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenward and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at our world and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at each other, then into ourselves, and we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace, my brother. Peace, my sister. Peace, my soul. Ken.
This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine. I see the joy. I see the joy in this world. In this world. I see the joy. I see the joy in this world. In this world. This is the place. This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine. I'm living love every day. I'm living love every day. I'm living love every day. Spreading peace all the way. Right time, right place. Living love every day. I am the light. I am the light in this world. In this world. I am the light. I am the light in this world. In this world. This is the place. This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine. This is the place. This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine. Thanks, Nico.
Yeah, man. I got you.
Peace I leave with you.
Hi.
Morning, Thomas.
I think the talk was done. Maya Angelou, how can I follow that up? Thanks, gents. Well done. How's everybody feeling today? It's it's like everybody's on this side of the room here and then there's stuff in the way. So how is everybody? Good? Sun's out, nice. Are you feeling peaceful? We're getting some of this here. Yeah, sort of peaceful.
That's the honest answer.
Yeah.
That's the honest answer, yeah. Well, we'll start with William Perky's. You got to dance like there's nobody watching. Love like you'll never be hurt. Sing like nobody's listening. That's me in the shower for sure. And live like it's heaven on earth. Yeah. And I'm starting with that because it is December. And the power of life is the power for December. Now, not that Charles had intended that each month would represent a life, but somewhere along in Unity tradition, somebody decided to line up the powers with each month. And so December represents the power of life. And as we think of life, it's transformation. Life is always, just think for a moment, everything we do is a transformation of energy of some kind, whether we're taking in food, the thoughts we think, the energy we put out, other people receive that energy. This is the idea of life. This is energy in action. And so all the things that we do are transformative in some capacity. And how we process personally that stuff is how we generate our life, or how we don't positively generate our life. And what I mean by that is the way things come into our being and our thoughts around it. Charles also wrote, "The law of mind action will bring to pass what a person believes in and what they expect." So, for example, if you're thinking, hey, I want to do this certain thing, I want to build this great business, I want to be happy in my life, I want to find love, I want to be in great relationships, I want to build community, but underneath all of that, you're expecting like, it's probably not going to happen. It's a nice thought, but if down deep we're expecting something different, chances are the expectation will override what it is that we want to create. And that is that idea of that transformation of energy. We need to be that whole thought, that whole process, that whole way of thinking. We need to be it in order for us to see that in front of us and to create that in our lives and to attract the things in our lives that we want to have manifest. So for me, I don't know if, and show of hands maybe, when I first think of peace, I always think of peace in the world. As everybody, right? Like, no wars, people loving one another, people getting along. For me, it always occurs as first, it's out there, it's in the world. Right? But peace begins with ourselves. So if we're not at peace internally, if we're not expecting peace in our lives and living as if there is peace in our lives and we're generating that peace, how can we expect to see it in the world? Does anybody have an answer for that? For how we can expect to see something in the world that we're actually not generating within ourselves? Because if the world is a mirror of our thinking, then if we're not peace ourselves, if it's not starting with us, then how is it going to show up in the world? What we're going to see is what we expect to see. And I love this scripture, John 14:27. "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give it to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not let them be afraid." So those are one of the last words that Jesus spoke to his disciples. My peace I give to you. My peace I leave with you. So from what I've experienced from this is that he had attained a certain level of peace within himself through expecting that to be in the world, through creating that in his life, through constant prayer. There are many, many moments throughout Scripture where it references Jesus out to pray, to be in the silence, to go off alone and be on the mountain, the 40 days in the desert. This is all a practice. And we can take that to Buddhism and Buddhist practice and the idea of meditation, the idea of doing yoga, the idea of finding that peace within ourselves. So if we are that peace, if we are generating that peace, then we begin to transform that energy in the world because it is transformational. The Buddha says, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. And the old English for without is actually out without, not like you're lacking something, but what did actually mean outside of you. So seek it within, do not seek it without. In other words, again, a great example, wisdom teaching that if we bring that peace within, if we find it within ourselves, if we find it within ourselves and generate it, we will see it in the world. And we will transform that energy onto others, right? As your light shines, you give permission for other people to do the same. You know, ever notice the bigger the crowd, the more people show up for it? Right? So if you start and then somebody sees that, there's a great YouTube video from years and years and years ago. I don't know what it's titled, but there's a commentary of this festival, and this one person goes off and starts dancing by himself. And it's very creative dance. Let's just put it that way. It's very creative dance. But he is so persistent and will not stop that eventually somebody else comes and starts dancing with him on the lawn. And then, you know, within a few minutes, a couple other people are like, you know what? I got to get involved in that. And they show up. And next thing you know, a whole mob of people joins this one person that started it. Now, the commentator goes on to say that, is it the one person that was really important, or is it the second one that joined in that had more value? Because when the second one joined in, other people were like, oh, if somebody else can do that, then I could probably do that too. So by ourselves generating that peace within, by us leading and talking about that and expressing it and letting people know that we can live a peaceful life, and there's practices and tools and ways to do that, then we begin to generate and transform that energy. I came across this story of an aging monk, and he was making a pilgrimage through the desert to Jerusalem. It was extremely hot during the day and gosh darn cold at night, and there were sandstorms, and he was not having the greatest of times making his journey. A few days in, he stopped at an inn to get some rest, and while he was eating, the innkeeper came to him and said, you know, how is it that you could make this journey to Jerusalem? I mean, it's terrible out there. Why are you doing this? What keeps you going? And the monk's reply was, my heart was there first, so now I just follow. So for me, that tells me it starts in here, especially right in here. If I bring peace to myself and allow peace to generate within me, then I can maybe give somebody else a little bit of that light that they can go, hey, I want that too. And they might ask you, they might say, hey, how is it that what is it that you're doing that you're so calm in these situations? What is it that or they just watch you. I've become very aware that with children, that they don't do as I say. They do what they see. That's how they interpret. And they've busted me on a few things in life where, well, you're on your device after 9 o'clock at night, so why can't I be? So we can lead by example. And again, you might be thinking of peace in the world out there as something we can generate out there, but really it's an inside job, and it begins in our hearts, I believe. It begins with that deep desire and that expectation that peace will be available for us. Truth is peace. Have you ever told a little lie? Am I the only one? Nope.
A little lie or just any lie?
Just, well, okay, we can start with any lie, but why don't we start with little lie? We'll move on to, any lie at all. But have you ever told a lie that required another lie to keep that lie okay, and then another lie, and it becomes a train wreck?
Yep.
When that's happening, is there peace within you?
No.
Are you feeling peaceful as that explodes in your lap? No. Truth is peace. When we live truthfully, when we live in alignment with our being, not just in the words we speak, not just in the thoughts we have, but in knowing ourselves and living that truth brings us peace. Freedom. Thank you. Yeah, brings us freedom as well. Peace is freedom. Having those in place, truth brings freedom, brings peace, brings that stillness within ourselves. And how about, so there's the little lies that we might tell. What about the things we don't tell? What about the secrets that we might be keeping from somebody? Do we feel a lot of peace inside when that's going on? So again, how can we generate peace in the world if we're not living by a standard that would dictate peace, that would create peace in our lives? You know, I shared this story before. I'll share it again. And it's somebody, it doesn't matter. I won't tell that. Here's the story. I've shared this before. I'll say it again. So this is going back to like 2011, 2012 timeframe. I had not really found my way into a spiritual path at all, I would say. I was an honest guy, but you know, we could stretch things here and there, maybe not be as truthful as I might want to be, you know, get away with some little things which tend to show up later in life. Anyhow, I had made a very poor investment decision. And, you know, there's a couple of things going on. One is I was an advisor, so to make a very poor investment decision for yourself is embarrassing because I should have known better, A. And B, it was a substantial amount of money. So it was $40,000, and the company was cooking their books. And when it all came out and they were ceased trading on the stock market, I had no way out. And I lost all of that money. Not the end of the world. They print money every day, like in droves. So there's always more money to go around. You can always go find more money. However, that had an impact on my family, and I didn't tell anybody. And I didn't tell Leslie, my wife. My kids were too little to have known the difference. So I was carrying this within me, keeping this, thinking I'll just figure it out, it's no big deal. But as time went on, I actually developed some pretty severe lower back pain. And when looking back now, I think this was a manifestation of me holding that in. And of course, the longer it went, the longer I kept the secret, the worse the idea of telling her became. Like, she's going to leave me was, where I got to. It's like, when she finds out, it's over. Finally, I had to say something. I couldn't bear the suffering internal. So there was no peace internally for me. I couldn't bear it anymore. And I told Leslie, to which, the greatest shock to me was her reaction, which was, oh, okay, well, we'll figure that out. What doesn't work is that you didn't tell me. That doesn't work. The money's no big deal. We'll make it. We'll find our way through it. But you not telling me and having that kind of impact on the family is what doesn't work in this. It was a huge lesson for me, but also just, thinking about peace, I look back and I know there was no peace within me during that. It would just spring to my mind. I would wake up some mornings early. It would be the first thought was that I was withholding this information from her. So when we want peace, when we want freedom, truth, in either the things we're saying or the things we're not saying, that's what generates peace within. And there's, of course, the words that we speak to others. Ever said something that you wish you hadn't have said? How about the words you say to yourself internally? You know, it's funny, we look at the things we say to others and we think, oh, I can't believe I said that. But have you ever stopped to think about what you said to yourself and gone, I can't believe I said that about myself? All of it is a state of peace. Either we're generating it with being constructive with how we think, how we pray, what we say, or we're not. And when we don't pay attention to the words that we speak, the Buddha says, the tongue, like a sharp knife, kills without drawing blood. And I see that not only for what we say out there in the world, but what we say to ourselves, or even the thoughts we think about other people. It's no different. It's an energy. Remember, life, this is the power of life. It's transformational energy. Whether we're thinking it or speaking it, that energy is being put out. Ever notice you're walking down a hall, maybe in an office, and somebody leaves their office and they're not even making eye contact? Are you not picking up on their energy? Can you not tell that somebody might be in a state of suffering or panic or upset without even a word being spoken? This is how much power we have. We have this amount of power within ourselves. In Mark 7:15, there is nothing outside a person that by going in can defile, but the things that come out are what defile. I came across the scripture when I was doing some research recently, and it was, I can't think of the author's name. Borg is the last name. And he was talking about what Jesus' ministry really was about. And his was a challenge around the purity laws. Back in the first century, in the Jewish tradition, purity was everything. And so there was a whole class structure for how people were seen in the world based on their profession, where they came from, if they were sick, if they were healthy bodies. You were at a different level of purity in the minds of others, which is why when Jesus ate with tax collectors and the sick, he was frowned upon by others higher up in the hierarchy because he was lowering himself at a purity level. That's what that means, is there's nothing, his point was to the Jewish people at that time was there's nothing out there that you can bring into you that will defile you. So this whole idea of cleanliness around washing your hands, like, it's important, but it's not going to make the difference in who you are as a person. What comes out of you is what makes the difference of who you are as a person. And that's a really important distinction, I think. So with that in mind, I invite all of us, to look within ourselves and see, where can I bring more peace in my own life? Where can I be responsible for generating that peace? Instead of looking for others to be generating that peace, instead of pointing a finger and going, oh, that's the reason that things are the way they are, or that person, or that country, or whatever it is, it's not out there, it's in here. That's where the peace is. And if we start, if our little Unity Vancouver Island people start with peace right here, with us generating it ourselves, that can blossom out. That can be that one person that joins that one dancer and makes it okay for others to do the same. So I invite you to close your eyes for a moment. We'll affirm and we'll meditate together. Just settle yourself and allow the words that I spoke to just dissipate you'll remember what's important to you, and whatever wasn't will leave you. And allow my words to be your words as we affirm, I live in alignment with the principles and practices that support my highest good. I claim health and vitality for my whole being. I am life. I am alive. I am truth. And as such, I am peace. I am peace. Allow yourself to repeat those words. I am peace. I am peace. And as you gently acknowledge that, I invite you to, either when you return home or at the end of service, if you're already at home, to light a candle today for peace, as a reminder throughout the day that you are peace. And if you're so inspired, you can light one every day for the rest of the week for peace. And now a nice deep breath in. Let it go. Namaste.
I've got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got love like a mountain. I got love like a mountain. I got love like a mountain in my soul, in my soul. I got love like a mountain. I got love like a mountain. I got love like a mountain in my soul, in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy a joy like a fountain in my soul.
Okay.
The theme today is peace.
Right? Rachmaninoff, that's peace. Peace. Okay. I'm easy. I put my eyes closed anyway.
thankful as I've ever heard you be, Nico. Thank you. Thank you very much. Some announcements coming up. So this is the second week of Advent. So this is the week to light the peace candle, and everyone, no matter what community you're involved with, is invited to join Mavis on Zoom after service to do a little bit of candle lighting together and discuss the meaning of Advent and its metaphysical importance. So that link is in your newsletter. And this is the link here. So join that meeting. Again, we want to stress that Mavis would like to have people from every community join in. So if Advent is an important ritual to you and you'd like to join with others, please take advantage of that opportunity. And this Tuesday evening, please join us. Tuesday evening at 7, Reverend Vicky will host just a community meeting to get your feedback about how it's going so far with Unity Vancouver Island and what it's been like for you and any suggestions you might have. So come along and share that evening with us. And Fridays continues to be board game night. Everyone is welcome, all ages, all sizes. We have all sorts of fun games. Please join us. So far we've had usually 2 tables, one gaggle of mature women and a gaggle of the young kids. So it'd be kind of nice if we got you kind of all mixed up together. So come on out Friday evening, 7 o'clock. And next Sunday, Comox will be watching us in live stream, so if you're in the Comox Valley area and would like to get together with the community, just send Judy Murakami a quick email to let her know you're going to be there. And Reverend Vicky will be doing a Serenity service in Victoria, and Reverend Vicky writes this: as we approach this busy and festive time of year, we can also become acutely aware of the changes and losses we have experienced. This service provides a space where we can remember and honor what no longer is and bring ourselves back into alignment with our wholeness and perfection. When we do this, we are much more able to engage fully in the joys of the season. So if you're in the Victoria area and this time of year can be difficult for you, please take advantage of that opportunity as well. And so service is coming up. You'll get more details in the newsletter next week, but in Comox Valley, December 21st at 2 in the afternoon, candle lighting service. Here in Nanaimo will be that evening at 7, and in Victoria the following evening at 7. The Burning Bowl will be conducted by Thomas here in our morning service and will be viewed. That's the 26th will be another viewing party in Comox, and our White Stone ceremony will be the first Sunday in January. So look for complete details in the newsletter. And speaking of the newsletter, just for a moment, I want to point out that in the newsletter this week was an announcement that the latest COVID restrictions have limited us now to half capacity. And so we're asking people to register on Eventbrite as we did a few months ago. 5 people registered and considerably more than that showed up. So that indicates to me you might not be reading your newsletter. So I invite you to please do that. We have lots of room because we have the other space. Everybody's welcome to come. And if you go to that space, you get first dibs on the refreshments. You can dance there, you can watch this. But if you want to be guaranteed of a seat in this place, please look at your newsletter next week and follow the Eventbrite link. So our gratitude this week goes to the C team, Spiritual Enrichment and Activities team in Victoria, who are doing great work to get the Advent booklets out and prepare the services to serve the people in Victoria and give an opportunity to connect. So Mavis, Joyce, and Charlene, thank you. And thank you all for your continuing financial support and your support of coming out and attending things. Everything you do, every bit of participation you participate in here is a blessing. And so we thank you for all that. And I believe would you please repeat the vision of Unity Worldwide Ministries with me, please. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And we have an abundance affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And now we're going to sing that.
Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. God is my source, God is all. God is my source, God is all. God is my source, all is God.
And the kids are already here, so we invite everyone to wave to our beautiful child at the back of the room and repeat our affirmation and blessing for the children to Nolan. We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. Yay, Nolan. All right. Thomas will be in the prayer corners today, which incidentally is in a new location, so Thomas will be watching for you if you want to come and spend some time with him today. Please join me in our prayer for protection. The light that is God surrounds me. I am one with the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am one with the love. The power that is God protects me. I am one with the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am one with the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well, and so it is. Amen. And please join us next door for coffee.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with love as our center. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I am. All right.
Okay, sure. Thanks, eh?
Yeah, man.
On your way?
I am. I got rehearsal.
Okay.
I'm playing this Loaves and Fishes fundraiser with this blues band.